Kim Kardashian's life has always been a kaleidoscope of public triumphs and private tempests, a reality where every milestone, from billion-dollar brand launches to Met Gala spectacles, is amplified by the roar of scrutiny. But beneath the curated feeds and power poses lies a woman grappling with the quieter battles. The sting of ex-partner commentary, the juggle of single motherhood, and the quiet contentment of charting her own course. In the November 27th episode of The Kardashians, airing on Hulu, Kim peels back these layers with a candor that's become her signature in later seasons. Speaking to longtime friend and fellow co-parent Scott Disick, she admits to moments of raw impulse. "Sometimes I just feel like snapping but I can't." A veiled nod to the relentless noise from ex-husband Kanye West. It's a revelation that humanizes her amid the glamour, highlighting the emotional tightrope of fame, family, and finality. The conversation unfolds in a confessional haze, the kind where camera angles soften the edges but not the truths. A producer interjects gently, noting that her ex is very loud out there, a euphemism for Ye's barrage of social media missives and interviews that have painted their post-divorce dynamic in stark, often accusatory strokes. Kim, poised as ever in a neutral cashmere set, doesn't name him, a deliberate restraint that's evolved into her protocol. "I just can't really engage. I think it's just for the better," she says, her tone measured, laced with the weariness of someone who's learned the cost of clapbacks. It's a philosophy forged in fire, the 2022 divorce filing after nearly a decade of marriage, the custody skirmishes, the public unraveling of Ye's mental health struggles that spilled into tabloid fodder. Engaging, she's found, only feeds the frenzy, turning personal pain into performative spectacle. Central to her frustration is the toll on her role as a mother. With 4 children, North 12, Saint 9, Chicago 7, and Psalm 6, Kim has shouldered the bulk of daily parenting since the split, a reality she laid bare in an October 15th appearance on Alex Cooper's Call Her Daddy podcast. "I raise the kids full-time," she stated plainly, dispelling myths of absentee celebrity motherhood. Yet the narrative that persists, that she's a gatekeeper hoarding time with the kids, gnaws at her. "I always encourage a relationship, but a healthy one," she tells Scott, emphasizing the qualifier that has become her mantra. Yes, comments, she reveals, strike at her core, frustrating not for their volume, but for questioning character as a mom. It's a wound that festers because it undermines the invisible labor. The school runs squeezed between board meetings, the bedtime stories whispered amid script reads for American Horror Story. Co-parenting with Ye, as Kim quips with a half-smile, "What do you think it's like? Isn't scripted ease, it's a lot of work." She welcomes his involvement, whenever he'll call for them and ask, but concedes the gaps. "It's probably been a couple months since we've heard from him." The children, remarkably adaptable, frame his absences through the lens of his pre-divorce nomadism. Tours across continents, studios in Wyoming, a life unbound by zip codes. They always knew that he had a big life traveling before and was always on tour and all of that. "He lives in different countries all the time and loves to live all over the place. So we manage it really well," she explains, her voice steady with practiced optimism. North, ever the intuitive eldest, navigates it with precocious wisdom, even nudging Kim toward romance. "Mom, I think you go upstairs and like at night like it's okay. It's time to move on. You need to have a boyfriend now." It's a heart-tug moment, illustrating how the kids mirror her resilience while craving normalcy. Kim's insistence on routine underscores her parenting ethos, stability as sanctuary. "They love their lives and their routine and schedule," she affirms. "My job as their mom is just to make sure they stick to their routine and that they're healthy and happy." This isn't performative, it's priority, especially after the chaos of Ye's more erratic phases. Impulse buys like 5 Lamborghinis gifted and regifted, outbursts that veered into anti-Semitic territory and personal attacks. "There was just a lot of things that I wouldn't deal with," she reflects, citing discomfort with disparagement of family figures like Kris Jenner, the grandmother and Aunt Brigade. The instability eroded her peace. "I didn't know what you're going to get when you wake up, and that's a really unsettling feeling." The lack of stability was a big thing. Mental health, she acknowledges without blame, became a shared burden, prompting her exit not out of malice but necessity. "Now firmly single, I am single. And I feel totally content." Kim inhabits a season of self-sufficiency that's her longest without a partner. "I've been single for a while," she notes, redirecting energy inward. "I have my kids to raise. I have a life that requires a lot of my attention, and my kids just really need me right now. So, I'm there 24/7. I don't know how I would fit something else in. I'm just not looking, and it would have to be like someone super special." It's a pivot from her past phases, the whirlwind courtships, the blended family dreams, toward unapologetic autonomy. I've had all my fun, I've had all my phases. Now I just have to be with my babies, she says, evoking a maternal anchor that grounds her empire. This episode's revelations ripple into the Kardashians' evolving narrative, a series that's outgrown its voyeuristic roots to explore divorce's aftershocks, sibling solidarities and self-reckonings. Kim's candor contrasts Kourtney's wedding whirlwinds and Khloe's therapy deep dives, weaving a tapestry of Kardashian complexity. Her bond with Scott, forged in co-parenting Mason, Penelope and Reign, adds irony and insight. He too knows the dance of X dynamics. Their chat, laced with inside jokes and eye rolls, normalizes the messiness, reminding viewers that even billionaires battle bedtime logistics. Broader still, Kim's story spotlights co-parenting's modern minefield, especially under fame's glare. High-profile splits like hers invite armchair analysis, but her plea, "It's not a kidnapping, it's a divorce," reframes it as logistics, not litigation. She's vocal about therapy's role, boundaries' necessity, and kids' primacy, offering a blueprint for blended families everywhere. Frustration with Ye's loudness isn't pettiness. It's preservation, a firewall against toxicity. And in reclaiming her narrative, "I've never once done that" regarding alienation claims, she models accountability, urging transparency over texts as evidence.